Hello everyone. I just wanted to make sure that this thing started taping. I just did a great 25-minute show. Oh, by the way, this is the Monday Morning Finish Line. I'm Mike Newman from Track and Illinois Prep Harrier, right there. So I rehearsed, so I know what I want to say, and maybe we'll cut a few things out. But Monday Morning Finish Line, it's regionals weekend. We just went through the regional weekend. I don't know, some teams view it as an invitational, a big invitational, or a 9-team invitational, with 7 teams making it out. Others view it as going for a regional title. So what can we say here? There were some interesting things that happened, so we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about, other things that could have happened. We'll look at highlights from each. We're not going to go through every regional. We're not going to go through every sectional. We should have most of the regional results. You've seen all the regional results on the IHSA site. But we'll just go through, we'll highlight, and I'll point out some things to you that you may not have known or whatever. So, but we'll go through each of the classes, 3A, 2A, and 1A. So here we go. Some of the highlights at 3A. I was at 2 3A regional meets this week. I was at Lockport in the morning. I was at Lake Park in the afternoon. At Lockport in the morning, saw an interesting girls' battle. Kelsey Jorth of Oswego, individual winner in the girls' race, 1921, led wire to wire. She led after about 1,000 meters with her teammate Ashley Grambluski, or I'm sorry, Ashley. I remember your first name though. So they led for the first 2 miles. Kelsey took off and won the race by about 15 seconds over her teammate. Team-wise, Lockport ran a great team race. They were nowhere to be seen early on, but around 2 miles they started to make a move with 2 runners from Neuqua Valley, Julia Pena and Claire Costello, and 2 Neuqua Valley runners finished 3-4, and then Lockport's next 4 came in, and they won the meet 38-48. On the boys' side, Neuqua Valley only defeated Plainfield South 45-50. Plainfield South actually had the lead through 4 runners, 28-29. Came down to Neuqua's 5th runner, was 16th place. Plainfield South, I believe, was 22nd, 23rd, or 24th, somewhere in there. Makes it interesting. I know Neuqua had 2 runners that were missing, Brendan O'Connor, Alex Stowers, 2 of their top 7. They should be back next week. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. At the Lake Park Regional, boy, a lot of interesting things happened, both in the boys and the girls race. Team-wise, Lake Park had a solid pack throughout and was ahead of Glenbard West's pack. Glenbard West, I don't know if they went out too slow or Lake Park went out fast and Glenbard West couldn't, ran their own race. Glenbard West tried to run them down at the end. It was 43-47. The story at Lake Park in the girls' race was the individual race. Madeline Perez, last week she got outkicked by Emma Fisher of York. On this day, Perez looks like she's fully recovered from the upper respiratory problem that she had, and she looked great. She said afterwards that she felt great. I wrote about that in the Ditrack article, and there's an interview, a video interview with her. So check that out on ditrack.com. But Perez was behind 5 seconds to Kaylee Flanagan, who ran 16:27 a month ago on this course. And by the 1.5 miles, Perez caught her and passed her, and that was it. It was amazing. And then Emma Fisher passed her, and then Lisa Luzak from Glenbard West passed her. Flanagan ended up 4th. So it's hard to say what's going on right now. I hope she's okay. She's a great runner. But she ran 16:39 last week at Leroy Oaks at their conference meet. So hopefully she's okay, and we'll see her doing great things this weekend at Niles West. Niles West sectional is going to be great. Nutria looked good on the girls' side. 33 to 46 over Maine South. 134. Jessica Ackerman won the race, defeated her sister Courtney. So Jessica's back. I think we're going to see a fast race at Niles West. On the boys' side at Niles West, we have Maine South. Maine South won 31, 52 over Nutria. I think they're on a mission. They last year just missed making it to state, and this year they're going to make sure that they make it down there with no questions asked. So they ran a great race. 135 John Vaccaro was the individual winner in that race. Let's go back to Lake Park for a second. We didn't talk about the boys' race. Now, York scored 25 points. Last week they scored 19. But you would think after the race that the world had ended for York. They did run good. Like I said, 4 in the first 5. Scott Milling first, Kyle Mattis second, Chris May third, and then Dakota Morales from Lake Park was 4th. Then Alex Mimlitz was 5th. But then you had to take a deep breath and you had to wait and see where the 5th runner was coming in. Alec Bashkwani was with the pack last week at conference. I don't know if he's sick or what's going on with him. He was about 24th, 25th when they entered the track at Lake Park. He kicked down about 10 or 11 guys, ended up 14th. So they opened York. Everybody thought that York was going to be a tough team to beat. Doors just opened wide open. And I think it's anybody's game at this point. And the one team to watch is O'Fallon downstate. Now, O'Fallon ran the regional on the hilly Southern Illinois University Edwardsville course, and they looked good. They looked really good. Last week, they beat Edwardsville 23 to 38. This week, Edwardsville ran a great race. Their coach said, "We ran great, but O'Fallon blew us away." 17 to 41 this time. 4:48, 4:49 the first mile with Reba, Harrier, and Chad Maxwell of Edwardsville. And they left Maxwell in the dust. 36-second split for O'Fallon. That's their best split of the year by far. Before that, the conference, they ran a 75-second split. And before that, their best split was anywhere from 64 to 65 seconds. They ran fast. They ran a tough race. So it's going to be interesting in a couple of weeks. So Fallon is no team to, joke about. Where else? Other surprises. At Grant, Lake Zurich in the boys' side, 41 to 48 over Palatine. Whether it was a lackluster performance by Palatine, I think more or less Lake Zurich had a great race. 4 in the first 9. They were missing their 3rd runner. I can't remember his name. But they had 4 in the first 9. Their 5th runner was 21st. But they ran good. And they'll move up in the ratings and everything else. One other note from that Schaumburg sectional was at the Hoffman Estates Regional on the girls' side. Prospect, who we dropped in the ratings because we didn't know what was going on with Brooke Wolf. Well, we know what's going on with her now. She was 6th in this regional race, 2nd runner for Prospect, behind individual winner Lauren Poplowski of Prospect. So 1-6. Prospect won 44 to 62 over Schaumburg. Don't bury Prospect yet. They're a talented team, and we may see a great race, another great race from them this week at sectionals at Bussey Woods. Highlights on the 2A side, girls race at Canelan. Canelan defeated Crystal Lake Central 43 to 44. Close race. Victoria Clinton won individually, 18:05. Go Bears. Sammy Staples was 2nd in 18:30. Also in that sectional complex or whatever at the Belvedere North Regional, Belvedere North didn't run Tyler Young. They still only scored 20 points over a good Dixon team at 39, but I think both teams were running as packs. The one thing with Belvedere North, Jesse Laisman, who's usually their 5th, 6th runner, was with their Belvedere North's normal fourth runner, freshman Eric Young. Garrett Lee and Paxton Menard were 1-2, 15-20, and then Young and Glazeman were 15-38. Interesting to say the least. So that sectional at Belvedere is going to be good. You have a very good improving Belvedere North team peaking at the right time like they usually do, going for their fourth straight state championship, going up against a good Crystal Lake Central team who won 31-69. Where else? Who else do we have here? 2A on the girls' side at Jacksonville. Chatham Glenwood 35-47 over Springfield. That's 2 weeks in a row that they've defeated the Lady Senators. Excuse me. On the boys' side, Springfield 7 in the first 11. 27 points to Chatham Glenwood's 56 points. So, sorry about that. Peoria Notre Dame in the Galesburg Regional. East Moline United 51 points to Peoria Notre Dame's 55. So United came back a little bit after not the best performance at their conference meet, but they're back. Austin Webster and Tyler Rasso went 1-2 in that race. The girls' side, Stephanie Say of Galesburg, congratulations to her. She set a course record on her home course. Last time she's running her course, what a way to go out. 18-14 individual winner there. And Peoria Notre Dame won the team title. And the girls' side 51-67 over Geneseo. And Galesburg was third with 75. One other regional on 2A, and then we'll go to 1A. At Wheaton Academy at Reed Kepler Park. On the girls' side, it was close. Yorkville 58, Montini 61. Yorkville wasn't running a couple of their runners. Summer Pearson wasn't in there. Still, it was close. So it gives Montini the momentum going into next week where they run on the same course. So we'll see a comparison on times in that. Skylar Bollinger won the individual race by about a half a minute, 17:43. On the boys' side, Yorkville defeated Glenbard South. Glenbard South went 1-2. Jay-Z, John Wald, and Joe Singleton went 1-2 in that. Yorkville wasn't running 3 of their top 7. Eric Baker still is out, and they rested the sophomore twins, Jake and Luke Hofer. So Yorkville's number 3 in the state, still won comfortably. 1A, the best regional in 1A, I think, was the Carlinville Regional. On the girls' side, Decatur St. Teresa. First 4 places led by Rachel Devereaux, 17:08. What can we say about that? 16 points for St. Teresa. I don't know if Monticello was packing it up again, but 57 points for them. Let's see what happens this coming up week at sectionals. On the boys' side, Mount Zion surprised Shelbyville, 35-49. Now Shelbyville runs with a great pack. They ran a 40-second split on 5 runners, but Mount Zion put 3 runners in before their first, led by Jake Brown. 14:30 on the Carlinville course. Wow. It's going to be interesting. Shelbyville needs to get 1 runner in the top 25 coming into state, and if they have a tight pack like that, they'll have a chance at a trophy. But Mount Zion having 3 runners up there, where they could have 3 runners in the top 15 in state, they could do some damage. Be interesting to see. One other regional of note in that Effingham St. Anthony sectional, toughest sectional in the state this year. Nick Hess of St. Thomas More defeated Jesse Hahn of Danville Schlarman by 3 seconds, 15:49 to 15:52. St. Thomas More had 5 in the first 11, 60-second split. They looked pretty easy in winning their regional. And one other note, Franklin Regional, girls' side, Rochester, we've been talking about Megan McNicholas. She was second in her race to a fellow freshman, Taylor Bartolozzi. Taylor ran 18:57, set a course record, and Megan McNicholas was 9 seconds back, 19:06. That's good news for Rochester, and we'll see what happens in the next few weeks at sectionals. The Elmwood sectional is going to be a good section. We'll test Rochester. Rochester won that regional 26-45 over a good Petersburg Porta team. So it'll be interesting to say the least. So, having said that, and with my throat about ready to collapse, let's just call it a night for the Monday morning finish line for this week. Few notes coming up on Tuesday. We will have the final state ratings, the final top 25 ratings for the year for all classes. No sectional ratings. That was last week. The last one was last week. We don't do sectional ratings the week of sectionals, and this will be the last state rating. So that'll be out on Tuesday sometime in the morning. Look for that then. Weekend preview show. We'll do 3 previews. We're going to do one for 1A, one for 2A, one for 3A. So getting close to 2 meets to go. We have sectionals this week. Sectional Saturday is when dreams are made and sometimes dreams aren't realized, and it's kind of tough, especially if you're a senior. Hold your heads up high, seniors. If your dream isn't realized on this Saturday, just know that you've had a great 4 years, and let's just keep it at that and stay positive. But let's think positive that you're going to make it to Detweiler. The excitement is in the air. It's I don't know if it's in the air. I'll get excited on Friday or Saturday. We'll see. So, everybody have a great week. Should be great if you have any questions. Weather-wise, it should be pretty good. We're supposed to have some rain, but the temperatures are supposed to be up there. Wasn't the temperatures good around Illinois this weekend for regionals? Don't you think so? I mean, 58, 59 degrees. I thought it was pretty good. Great racing weather. Great watching weather, too, because there was no rain. Any case, if you have any questions, Newman, dice.il@gmail.com. I forgot my email address, but it's been a long weekend. So, everybody have a great week.
That was easy.
See, it was. I think it was. And hopefully this is recorded. So, have a great week, and we will see you on Friday with the 3 preview shows. Goodbye.